Corporation tax decision honest. The Chancellor says his corporation tax decision might not be popular, but they are honest and responsible. He announces that to boost investments, there will be a super deduction in tax for companies that invest in innovation. Corporation tax will rise to 25% in 2023. Rishi Sunak says in 2023 he will raise corporation tax to 25%. He adds that the UK will still have lowest corporation tax in the G7. He also says he is creating a small profits rate to ensure only businesses with profits of over £250,000 will be taxed at the 25% rate. That means only 10% of all companies will pay the full higher rate, he says. Income tax rate set until 2026. On income tax, the threshold for paying the basic rate will rise to £12,570 next year. For higher rate payers, the thresholds will be £50,270. Both rates will stay the same until 2026, and the VAT registration threshold will remain at £55,000 until 2024. Recap state of the economy and public finance. UK economy forecast to return to pre-COVID levels by middle of 2022. Annual growth set to be borne by 4% this year, followed by 70.3% growth in 2022. Unemployment expected to peak at 6.5% next year, lower than 11.9% previously predicted. Borrowing at highest peacetime levels in history. Borrowing at highest peacetime levels in history. Rishi Sunak says he wants to be honest about challenges facing the country and set out his three fiscal principles. First, it is wise to help people through an acute public crisis, but in normal times, the state should not be borrowing to pay for everyday public spending. Second, he says we cannot allow debt to keep rising. And thirdly, he says it is sensible to take advantage of lower interest rates to invest in capital projects. Reaction: loss and loss of money. Loss and loss more money being spent here on furlough. You see business support, business rates, holiday, etc. It is not just 2020 to 21, which will see huge spending and borrowing. Won't be as big in 2021 to 22, but will still be very big indeed. Yep, £65 billion of additional spending just announced, quite a lot. Borrowing will stabilize and fall, Sunak. Forecasts show the UK government has borrowed £355 billion this year. British Sunak says next year this is expected to be £234 billion, he adds. Borrowing will fall in 2023 or 2 to 3 as a proportion of national income. The Chancellor says it will be the work of many governments over many decades to pay back the country's debts, he adds. Borrowing costs are affordable right now, but rises in interest rates might alter this, Sunak says. Borrowing costs affordable rights. Borrowing costs are affordable rights. now, but rises in interest rates might alter this. Alcohol and fuel duties to be frozen. Rishi Sunak confirms a planned increase on alcohol duties will be cancelled. He says it is wise to keep the cost of living low, and so will also be freezing fuel duty.